it's almost like the universe conspires and says, okay, you want it? Let's see how bad you want it. And it shines a spotlight on you, and what it's highlighting is everything about yourself that you don't like. All of your insecurities, all of the stuff that you don't really tell people about, the disparaging things, your lack of belief, all of those things come to the surface. And we're forced to face them. And to the degree that we can face those, become more, we start to eventually see success. But here's what we realize. We can't do it all on our own. You cannot personally develop yourself to the diamond level in this world. You can't do it alone. So the shift that we need to learn how to make is this. At some point, we have to shift from our own personal development to leadership development. And what I will tell you, this is a totally different mindset. And it requires a totally different set of skills. It requires you to almost reinvent yourself in terms of who you are and how you lead your team. And a lot of people resist this process. I resisted it for over a year. Now, when I think about what was keeping me from embracing and really stepping into my leadership, and over the last 3 years, I've worked with tens of thousands of people, all different companies all over the world, and I see this same problem over and over again, and I think, what causes it? And I'm really, really sure it's fear. Now, I'll tell you, for me, it was a fear, as crazy as this sounds, it was a fear of success. I said I wanted to be a leader. I said I wanted the big team. I would complain because I'm like, it's just my little ragged team of people that were following me, and I was like, I want a team like theirs. I kept saying the right things, but I became the master of self-sabotage. Anytime something happened good, the slightest spark that things were heading in the right direction, I would do something to derail it. And this fear of success and this fear of being a leader, it really stemmed from me not truly feeling worthy of success. And every time something started to go well, that didn't fit my self-image of who I really felt like I was deep down inside, so I would do something to bring my business back to the size of who I thought I really was. Can anybody relate to this conversation? And here's what I would do. I'd question my ability to do things. Every day I was in a situation I had never been in before. Public speaking, giving presentations, training people, having to inspire them, having to confront people, prospecting. I hated prospecting. Every day, things that I was afraid of, and here's what I did, what so many of us do. I ran from my fear. I let my fears control me. I played small in my business and in my life, and that's why I stayed stuck. How many of you, if you're honest, struggle with a lot of these same things? Fear holding you back in whatever way that is. Do you ever wonder why that is the case? Why is fear such a difficult thing for us to overcome? Well, I'll tell you, I truly believe I know one of the big reasons why it is. And it stems from what is commonly taught in this profession. And I call it the success mindset. See, the success mindset basically says this. The way you become successful in a business like this, and the way that you create fulfillment, and the way that you grow as a person is by focusing on what you can get. We set success goals, right? We're taught to focus on, I want to hit this rank. I want to make this much money. I want to quit my job. I want to pay off my bills. Now, this is only natural because most of us, when we start our business, we need that. We start our business from a position of lack. We don't have time. We want more time. We don't have money. We want more money. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. Obviously, it's okay to want those things. But when the only thing that is driving you in your business is what you can get, it creates a couple of big problems. Number one, the success mindset, success, leads you to happiness. And happiness is great, but it doesn't last. See, I almost guarantee you, most of you, if not all of you, are not waking up excited today to go out and build your business and go through the nose and handle all the discouragement from you hitting Emerald however long ago that was. You're not waking up excited today from that bonus that you got 6 months ago. You got the shopping spree, and you're excited now, but I promise you 6 months from now, that's not going to be enough. The second problem, and this is the bigger one, is the success mindset is ego-based. And there's a big problem with ego. And I want to share this quote with you about ego. It says the ego, Deepak Chopra said, the ego, however, is not who you really are. It's your self-image. It's your social mask. It's the role you're playing. And your social mask thrives on approval. It wants control. It's sustained by power because it lives in fear. Your ego is a fear-based organism. And I will tell you, the thing that has made this as big of an issue as it has ever been is, can you guess? Social media. Social media is the lighter fluid on the flame of your ego. What does it have us do all day long? Compare ourselves to everyone else. I'm not as good as her. Her Facebook Lives are better than mine. Her images and her profile. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I do that? See, when we're operating from ego, we will never be enough. Your ego will never allow you to acknowledge your own inherent worth. And then here's the other thing that ego does, is it tells you fear is a bad thing. It tries to protect you. And what I will tell you, here's what a lot of you don't realize. Every time you face a fear and you run from it, it literally kills your confidence, your belief, and your enthusiasm. So if you're operating with the success mindset, only focused on what you can get, fear will always be something that you will struggle with. And I like to deliver what I truly believe is a very important message for you to hear. And I think of everything that I'm going to share with you in this talk today, it is the most important. And here's what I want you to realize. Your Plexus business is an assignment from God. And that assignment is to help you grow as a person by facing your fears, and in the process of doing that, discover the true purpose for your life. This is not what most people learn when they come into a business like this. And I want to tell you something. I want every one of you to understand. And if I could look at every single one of you, I would. You have a unique purpose for your life. And that purpose is so much bigger than a rank advancement, than a bonus check, than a shopping spree, than quitting your job, or paying off your bills. There's nothing wrong with that stuff. I like to shop as much as you do. But what I want you to understand is there is a much bigger reason why you're here. You are not an accident. And it is not a mistake that you're sitting in this seat today. I want you to realize every single thing you have done in your life, every decision you have made, good and bad, has led you to the moment that you are in this seat right now. And you have a very unique and special opportunity to take this gift and to do something with it. And the question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to pass or are you going to fail? Because it's there. Let's talk about purpose. So the definition of purpose that I like to use is this. Purpose is an emotion that you cultivate inside of yourself and you give away to the world in service of others. See, operating from purpose, getting clear on what that is for you in your Plexus business does two important things. Number one, helps you feel more fulfilled. And I will tell you, fulfillment is the key to long-term lasting success. It is the difference between liking and loving something. When you feel fulfilled, truly fulfilled by the work that you're doing, you will do it even when it's hard. Even when it's not convenient, even when you don't feel like it, when you are connected, that these conversations that you have on social media, the daily grind of going out and sharing the products, and we lose sight sometimes there's a bigger reason why we're here and why we do this. But it also does this. It leads you to something so much more powerful than motivation. See, the problem some of you have is you just keep trying to motivate yourself. Motivation is of the ego. It is external. What you need is inspiration. Inspiration is of the heart and soul. Inspiration comes from inside of you. Inspiration is a pulling force. When you feel inspired by your business, you do not have to motivate yourself. You will be on fire in a way that you've never been before. When you are inspired by your business, it is not an opportunity anymore. It is a responsibility for you to go out and change people's lives by sharing what you do. But what's the key? Fear. Here's what I've learned. You want to tap into the power of purpose? You need to stop running from your fear, and you need to start following your fears. Because your greatest fears are a sign to lead you to the path of your purpose. But we never discover that otherwise. So the moment we can stop running from and running into our fears, we begin to discover the true meaning for our life, which is this. The meaning of life is for you to discover your gift, and the purpose of your life is to begin to give it away. And the other thing that I want you to understand is this. Every single one of you has a unique gift inside of you that only you can offer the world. And here's one of the most powerful things that I've learned in my life. Oftentimes, our biggest fears are merely a reflection of the greatest gifts we have inside of us.